This is the inside baseball to how the Cleveland Browns, inside football, how the Cleveland Browns went on to select Baker Mayfield via new general manager John Dorsey, used to be with the Chiefs, now with the Browns. Nobody knew. I'm impressed.
Is that Ken Dorsey's uncle?
I don't know.
Ken Dorsey.
I remember. Miami? Yeah.
Ken
No.
Dorsey. Sorry.
Terrible. Chris Sims. I'm sorry. So his name is Alonzo Highsmith. He is the right-hand man to the Cleveland Browns general manager, John Dorsey, who did not have a leak at all of who he was going to pick, which is super impressive. So here's what Highsmith said about them selecting Baker Mayfield. Here's the honest to God truth. From the start of this football season to the end, I had Darnold, Baker, Rosen, Lamar, Josh Allen. On our way through everything, you couldn't tell me Darnold wasn't the best. I did all my evals. Then comes the part where you meet them off the field. You watch their workouts, you watch everything, and Baker blew me away. Highly, highly intelligent, highly competitive. We do know that Baker is highly competitive. He did not want to stay at Texas Tech. Competed as a walk-on, left, literally walked on the campus in Norman, won the starting job from Trevor Knight. Competitive, fiery, winner is what he's been.
Well, all he did was leave, one major program and go to another historic major program,
absurd.
And then say, you know what?
Can you imagine if he was 6'2"?
I got this.
Can you imagine if he was 6'2"? Like he would have been recruited by every major D1 program, at least a majority. And he probably would have been the consensus number one.
Imagine if he was 6'4".
But not like 6'10", like Brock Osweiler. I mean, it's terrible. And he had a trait that some of the good ones have. I call it, what is this word?
Oh, efficacy.
Efficacy?
I was trying to find where you were in the quote. I wasn't following you.
I call it,
like, which word are we talking about?
Efficacy. That includes the power to affect other people. I thought that of all the quarterbacks I watched, he stood out far and above the other guys. When he walked into a room, you knew he was there. Baker Mayfield lost 2 receivers, and he was the same quarterback, said Highsmith. Josh Allen, big arm, he could throw the ball from here to the moon. However, when they have to make excuses, why are they not completing passes? That's a problem. Dude, agreed. That's why I think he's gonna suck. Oh, you're telling me that he should be up for the Heisman, right? Completes less than 56% of his passes. Oh, that's a guy you want, especially when he's in the competition that Wyoming has. Give me a break. Perceptions changed when Jackson, Dorsey, and Todd Haley flew to Oklahoma. Working him out, spending that time, watching him with his teammates, how he throws, that convinced me. The football jumps off his arm, quick arm, accurate. Then obviously spending some time when he came here. Baker Mayfield is, from a football IQ standpoint, as good as I've been around. That is strong. Tremendous arm talent, more so than I think anybody knows. Obviously, he's proven he's accurate. Really think he's a leader. So he really has a lot of qualities that we look for. Best quarterback, we're excited to have him, blah, blah, blah. What are you thinking so far?
Sometimes it's, again, with a team like the Browns that has their history.
Yes.
And I don't know the ins and outs, the inside football, as to why they've been through 29 quarterbacks in 10 seasons. But maybe that's one of the things. Maybe it's a mindset. Maybe it's a leadership perspective. Maybe it's the way you control a locker room or fire people up. Maybe these guys have always been, and I don't know if he even knows the way it's historically been, recent history has been. Maybe that's the trigger point, because it's not just a one-guy sport, obviously. So I was telling you how I loved what former quarterback, now about to retire, USC Trojan, one of the best ever, Carson Palmer said,
he retired.
Yeah, he just retired.
Yeah.
Said about success rates of quarterbacks. He was on the Dan Le Batard show talking to them about that.
Okay.
And he said, it's always based off of what situation a guy gets in, from the GM to the owner,
yeah,
to
we've
the
talked
coach,
about this a lot,
to his position coach, to his surrounding, to the way receivers react to him. It's not just the quarterback's job to get it done. So when it doesn't work out, people go, "Oh, look at this bum bust." It was like, well, what team is he on? Who was his coaches? We don't know.
The Browns.
Yeah, we have no idea who the quarterback's coach was, who the offensive coordinator was,
right?
And then how that affected him and his style of play and what worked for him and what didn't, and what plays they called,
right?
And what offensive lineman got him hit from behind, all that stuff. And when one time his head got rocked and maybe he didn't even realize what was going on the rest of the game. We don't know,
right?
So maybe there's a certain perfect storm of a situation you have to create, and maybe Baker Mayfield is the right personality to put in the locker room at the right time.
Here is one quote that I don't really understand. Maybe you could help me. About Josh Rosen.
Efficacy.
I was at an airport. UCLA's volleyball team, we're going to skip ahead, was in front of me. Heard so much about Rosen. He's this, that. We all know how people talk. So I asked one of the volleyball coaches, what's Rosen like? He said, you should probably ask his girlfriend. She's one of the players. She's over there. I'm like, all right, coach, that's good enough. I don't know what all this means, but there was something about him that bothered me.
There's something about Rosen that bothers me too. Again, we're talking personality, right? He's not talking about his skill on the field and what he can do.
He just said nothing. He said nothing.
What?
Alonzo Highsmith said nothing. He said, I was at an airport.
And he had to talk to his girlfriend.
Talk to the girlfriend. You should ask his girlfriend. I'm like, all right, coach, that's good enough. I don't know what all this means, but there was something about him that bothered me. What bothered you? That's what I want to know.
Because the volleyball coach didn't. Are you talking about he's not revealing the conversation with the girlfriend? Because I'm not sure if he had it.
Yes.
Then maybe he doesn't reveal that the girlfriend said he's a piece of garbage. I don't know.
Or maybe it's because his girlfriend knows him better than anybody else. I want to know the conversation.
Oh, I see. Well, he's not going to reveal that.
That was a nothing quote. He didn't have to say that. That's my point. The 3 quarterbacks that I'm rooting for in this draft class, by the way, are all the ones that are doubted. Lamar Jackson, Josh Rosen, Baker Mayfield.
Is he being doubted?
All 3 of them, yes. Absolutely.
Which one? Lamar Jackson, obviously.
All of them. Well, the stereotype that's going on with Lamar Jackson, I want him to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So guys like Bill Polian can shove it. Josh Rosen, the knock on him was he's too smart. Give me an effing break. Too smart to play quarterback.
That wasn't a knock.
Huh?
That wasn't a knock.
Yes, it was. That's why he slipped to 10.
Because he's too smart.
Yes. I'm not kidding you.
The world's upside down now because the reason why they want to keep certain quarterbacks
in Stranger
out of the
Things
position. Yeah, we're in the upside down.
And the last one is Baker Mayfield, just because he's been doubted his entire career.
So historically, the way they've always said that certain quarterbacks can't play the position is because they're not smart enough. Now they're too smart. I don't buy that. I don't buy it.
I am telling you what anonymous GMs and scouts then told various media outlets about Josh Rosen,
what they
and I think it is complete BS.
He's got too much of a smart mouth. I don't know, he talks a lot.
Yeah, he has too smart of a mouth because he's telling Trent Dilfer what the actual plays are at his own camp. That's probably a grudge that a lot of people hold up.
Well,
no, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. People hold a grudge against him because he was telling Trent Dilfer, like, no, that's not the play. This is the play. Yeah, what an asshole. He's too smart. All right, let us know your thoughts. YouTube.com/TYT Sports.